So Baker Mayfield has had 4 years in the NFL since entering as a number 1 overall pick, seeming like he was going to revive this franchise. It seemed like it. He brought some juice to the team. He brought some juice to the field, to the locker room. He was a great leader to start. But the social media, the press conferences have really ruined him and gotten under his skin, I believe. He First, I'd like to welcome you guys to the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan is welcome. And today, we're talking about Baker Mayfield and why this is a huge proof year for him, and ultimately why he may not be a franchise guy. Whether it's mentally, physically, definitely not physically. This dude's got it all. He's got the arm. He just got to work on his mechanics. But mentally, it's an issue for him. It's an issue. Baker Mayfield has struggled with the social media mightily. He always has to fire back. He always be like, oh, watch this. He always has to retaliate. And as an NFL player, you got to worry about on the field. And I see him doing all these commercials. Stick to the field, man. Stick to the field in the locker room and your team. That's what you need to do right now, in my opinion. So let's go over some of these stats. So in his rookie year in 2018, 63.8 completion percentage, 3,725 yards, 27 touchdowns thrown, and 14 interceptions thrown, and his quarterback rating was 93.7. That is very solid for a rookie year. That is a very, very good rookie year. So then you go to 2019, right? Has a little bit of a step back. 59.4 completion percentage, a little more yards with 3,827, less touchdowns, 22, more interceptions, 21. And his QB rating was 78.8. Not very good. You want that completion percentage to be around 66. That's the ballpark. And then you want your yards hitting around 4,000 as well. So Baker Mayfield, second year, his completion percentage was down. Yards went up. Touchdowns went down. And interceptions went up. QB rating plummeted to 78.8, which is way below average. 2020, okay. He had a sophomore slump. Coming back, right? You think. 62.8 completion percentage, 3,563 yards, 26 TDs, 8 interceptions, and a 95.9 quarterback rating. That was a phenomenal year. That was a great year Baker Mayfield had. His completion percentage is still below average. Yards still below average. You want your franchise guy out around 4,000, like I said. Touchdowns 26, interceptions good. Interceptions 8, not bad. That's not a bad ratio at all. Quarterback rating is 95.9, which is just around average. That's a good year. That's a pretty good year. Then you go to 2021, where stuff just fell apart, man. I think this year was worse than 2019 for many reasons. It was a year in which you had a very talented team, had a few weapons, but injuries did play a part. You can't fake the injuries. And he was injured himself a lot. He was hurt so much. So hopefully that was the issue, because you need your franchise guy doing more than 3,000 yards, 17 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, and an 83.1 quarterback rating with a 60.5 completion percentage. You need to see improvements. Not good, bad, good, bad. We need to see some consistency. I get it, he was injured. But if you're injured to the point where you're struggling to help your team win, when you're going to struggle and you're not going to help the team to the best of your ability to win, if you can't help the team win, then don't play. It's as simple as that. Baker Mayfield, he's arrogant, very cocky. There's a difference in being confident and cocky. Look at Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is what Baker Mayfield wants to be, is what we thought he was going to be. Joe Burrow has taken that spot. Joe Burrow has taken over the number 1 quarterback in that division. Phenomenal this year. Phenomenal. And he hasn't had as much. Offensive line, not very good. The weapons are elite, though. So that definitely helps. So Baker had an offensive line. Weapons, Baker Mayfield, or no, OBJ was hurt. Jarvis Juice Landry was very good. Austin Hooper and Njoku, some weapons, and then you have the great running backs. Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. And then Joe Burrow, no offensive line, pretty damn good running back, pretty damn good receivers in Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd. And then CJ Uzomah is a very, very underrated tight end. But the point is, we need to see some improvement from Baker. We need to see him, learn how to control that arm. Learn how to control retaliating on social media. He lets some people get into his head, and it is clear as day. Baker Mayfield is so talented. He could go out there and make any play, but his mechanics are a little off. Was a little off last year, but he was severely injured. But like I said, that brings me back to the point where he plays to the point where it's hurting his team. He's hurt so much, but he feels like he has to play, and he's just hurting the team more. Listen, I love quarterback that has a confident attitude. But when you struggle with social media, when you retaliate, when you let them get into your head mentally, and then your mechanics start to not do as good, they start to decrease, not improve. So that is basically my main thoughts on Baker Mayfield. I just want to see him improve, man. I'm rooting for a guy like Baker. He is so physically talented. He has the cannon. The dude has a cannon. The dude has a cannon similar to Mahomes. He could launch that thing. Similar to Josh Allen. He could launch that thing. But those two guys don't let the media bother them. They don't retaliate. They go, when they struggle, they take responsibility. Baker doesn't do that. He says, we have to get better. We have to figure this out. We have to get this figured out. I have to eliminate turnovers. He says it almost every single press conference. But he gets chippy with it. He gets very, very chippy with the media guys. Lamar doesn't do that. Joe Burrow doesn't do that. Joe Burrow is chill as heck. That's all I got for you guys today. I thank you guys for tuning in to the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan's welcome. And as you all know, we just talked about Baker Mayfield and if he's a guy of the future. Do you think he is part of the future? I don't know. I honestly don't know. We really need to see what happens this year. Fully healthy. I'd like to see the Browns grab some weapons. I'd like to see maybe Anthony Schwartz step up. There's a lot to look forward to. But if Baker struggles next year, the Browns are going to be back in the same darn cycle. Top 5 pick. Can't find a QB. Can't find stability. Dysfunctional. Can't find a head coach. Can't find a general manager. They're gonna go through the same stuff. So that's it. Like I said, I hope you guys like, subscribe, and put the post notification bell on if you enjoyed. I'll catch you later. And this is JDW Sports Talk Show, signing off.